Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Mindful Muscle Podcast with my fabulous host, Jodi. How are you doing today?
I'm great. If you're new here, welcome. Gio and I are two individuals who went on our own health and wellness journeys and collectively have lost and maintained a 140-pound weight loss. And we're here to show others, especially the beginner, that it is possible with sustainable habits that can last you a lifetime without torching your mental health in the process.
Yes. Jodi, share with us a little disclaimer before we go into the meat of our episode today.
Absolutely. This episode is all about the app Fitbod that Gio and I have talked about a few times on episodes, but we are not sponsored or compensated in any way for this episode by Fitbod. In fact, they don't even know we're recording this episode. I would love to work for them. I've tried twice. That hasn't panned out. I'm not giving up hope. But also, I wanted to make a note that Gio and I are iOS Apple users. So they do have an app for iOS and Android, but Gio and I are mainly familiar and up to date with the iOS features. So there might be some differences between the two. Just be noted.
Yes. So before we dive into Jodi's three favorite features about this wonderful app that has transformed our life, I did get an opportunity about 2 years ago to be in a Fitbod commercial, and we're going to play that for you before we dive into this episode. My name is Gio, and I use Fitbod because it tailors my workout to my equipment. Other apps program things, but I didn't have the equipment for. And so Fitbod was great because it could program the workout on the equipment I have. The video show you the proper form, and that was a game changer because it gave me confidence that I knew I finally found the app that was going to be for me. That was an awesome experience for me. I got to go to Vegas to film that with two other colleagues or friends of ours, and it's an experience I'll never forget. As we talk about Fitbod, before we mention your three things that you like, how'd you find the app to begin with?
I found out when I was following the Nutrition Plan Weight Watchers, they have a community on their app, and somebody mentioned that they use Fitbod. And it seemed like a good idea because I was so shy. Being in the gym was a scary thing for me. And every time I would go into my gym, the personal trainers that work there looked like they would rather get a root canal than to be there. So the last thing I was going to do was look into getting a personal trainer. You would see them and they'd be like, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So it gave me the opportunity to go at my own pace and have a plan. And not only did it generate workouts based off of the equipment available at my gym, it showed me how to do it. And if I couldn't do something, it's very easy, very user friendly, and we'll go all into that information.
So that's awesome because it did seem to take away for you the anxiety of being in the gym. So when you downloaded the app, how was it for you? Was it user friendly? Did you think you were going to keep it at the beginning?
No, because I'm cheap. And not that it's expensive, but I was content with a gym membership that was like $10 a month. And I didn't think I was worth the effort to invest in myself. In hindsight, I know better now, but I found myself signing up shortly after the free trial ended because I didn't know. I was back to not knowing what I was doing at the gym and I needed the help.
From the picture you see here, you could see that she needed the help. and the beauty of it is though she stuck with it. And now you see the after picture and it's an amazing transformation. And obviously I've told you in the past that your story reminds me of my story, in the weight loss and transformation, but the female version. And I think that's what drew me to follow your story. And that's how we became friends. So what's the first feature of the app that you want to talk about?
The brand new custom exercise feature. I was so shocked when they rolled this out because it was a dream that they could do that because they do have a huge library of exercises to choose from. So it's not like they didn't have a lot to offer, but every time you turn around, there's going to be a new exercise or a new variation of an exercise out there. So it's not possible for them to record the videos to show you how to do it and add it to the Fitbod app. So I would do my best to pick something similar in the app,
Mm-hmm.
but now I can add any exercise that I do. One of the first exercises I added is a popular CrossFit movement, which is wall walks. I would track it as a handstand push up because that was the closest thing before. And now I
And
could be precise.
yes, and before we show it on the screen, what I want the audience to know about the app is that yes, they didn't have the wall walk, but they did have so much variety of
Mhm.
workouts that you can hit every target muscle that you want to. But obviously, many of us are unique. The difference between taller athlete or shorter or skinnier or whatever, right? We all tailor things. So we're going to actually walk
Mhm.
you through this exercise that Jodi is talking about. And I'm going to put the app on the screen there. And we are going to start from scratch. So here we are. I've never done the wall walk, added it in. So I guess we'll start with add individual exercise and we'll put in what? Wall walk here.
Yep.
Wall walk. Oops. Went backwards. Wall walk. And then you press return. But as you see, it's not part of it
Mhm.
because one of the things that happens is if Jodi makes the wall walk, it doesn't show up on mine, right?
Mhm.
Because of the algorithm, the way they have it programmed. So then what you do next is, right? You did this, walk me through it, right? So I press
Yep.
what? The create new feature.
Tap.
Mm,
Exactly. And it already pre-fills what you searched in there.
okay, awesome. And then I go next. And then what would you
And
say are the target muscles for the wall
the
walk?
prime the primary muscles are shoulders.
Okay, shoulders.
And it
So
only
let's go.
allows you one primary.
Okay, shoulders. And then did you put any second? Let me go next on there. Oops. Hold on. Let me cancel that because this guard will start again because I put quads by mistake. There we go. Then next. And then what are, would you say are secondary muscles?
Triceps and chest.
Okay, tricep. I keep, let me go here. Triceps, arms, triceps, and then
There you
chest.
go.
And then you press next. And then it allows you to put weights, body weight, timed, or body weight only. What'd you put for your wall walk?
Body weight, but it looks like you had an update on yours that I don't have on mine yet. So I'm excited to see
There
this
we go.
change.
You know why it is? And just for disclaimer, because even though Jodi and I are on iOS, I am on a beta version of iOS. So
Mhm.
because I'm on a beta version of iOS, I also get the updated Fitbod app more before other people. And so I'm assuming you're not on a beta version of iOS.
Correct. The difference is for me, it just asks for, is this body weight or weights? Now, one of the things I said to Fitbod on social media
Mm-hmm.
was the only thing I would change is to allow for timed exercises, which I now see. So if you have a plank variation,
Mm-hmm.
couldn't do it before when they first rolled it out. So this excites me that they heard other people say similar things and they've already made this change. So yay.
Yes, and that's the beauty about the app. Obviously, it's such a big app and so many people are making requests, but they do listen to their customers. And that's one thing I appreciate. So now that you see the new version of it, what would you have me put it both as timed and body weight or just body weight?
Body weight for reps. I don't know if you have to put anything for times because that's
Okay.
more for the plank.
Okay. All right. So body weight for reps, and then I press next. And then I guess it would be bilateral, right? Both sides
Correct.
together. Press
Hmm.
next. And then
Nothing.
select equipment. No, done. And then there it is. Created.
Create.
So now Jodi has given me a new exercise. So the $1 million question is, how'd you get into this? And why do you do it often?
Because it's part of a lot of the workouts in CrossFit, and the week of this recording is will be the 2025 CrossFit Open, the first workout. My
Mm.
first CrossFit Open wall walks was in that competition. I will definitely be sending you a video of me doing a wall walk so you can add it in there so you
Okay.
actually know what it is.
Okay. Yes. 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 Now, look, this may sound a little personal, but we can scratch it if you don't want to put it in there. Obviously, you being a woman, you have
Mhm.
breast. And so,
Uh-huh.
how do you manage your clothing to make sure as you are standing on your shoulders, things don't hang out? No pun intended.
Fortunately, I don't have much of a chest to begin with, and my sports bras are very supportive. But there are some that I'm like, yeah, I would never wear that at CrossFit because I don't want any incidents. So that's in the back of most women's minds if you need high impact or if you can get away with medium impact.
All right. So, why do you? Okay. So, you saw it in CrossFit and it's done for CrossFit. How many
Mhm.
do you do in a workout? Do you just do one
It
or do you do them in sets?
It's usually do them in sets. Usually with CrossFit, they'll tell you this is how many reps. Last time I did it, we had to do a series of exercises. Wall walks was one of them, and it was reps of 15, then 12, then 9, then 6, and 3. And that's when you finish the workout, was when you
Mm.
got through all of them.
Okay. So, explain to me the actual, right? Because you said in the past you would do it as a handstand. Are we getting vertical as a handstand and then walking it out?
Mhm. So if you have your feet up against the wall and you're on the ground, like almost
Mm-hmm.
like you're at the bottom of a push up,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to then push your body up and at the same time lift one of your legs up on the wall and walk your hands backwards until you're in a handstand position.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to do that because of not because of the strength, but because I have very limited shoulder mobility. And I have tried
Mhm.
handstands, but my shoulders just don't want to move to be able to be that vertical. So, no, but yeah, okay, good. That's impressive.
for what
That's
it's
impressive.
worth, for what it's worth, when I was still vaguely fairly new to Fitbod, on the app suggested I do handstands, and I thought that was the most ridiculous, hilarious thing because I never in my day thought I would ever be doing handstands, yet alone
Hmm.
introducing wall walks to you. So if
But it's
that sounds
amazing, right?
crazy, yeah, you
The
can make
journey,
big
right?
progress. Mhm.
Yeah, your journey from never thinking you'd be able to do it to you chomping at the bit to actually add it to your regular routine. All right. So the second thing,
Mhm.
go ahead.
And if you are a beginner, you're fresh on your journey, you are going to be putting into Fitbod your current athletic ability. They're not going to be throwing these crazy exercises at you if you're just getting started. So don't be concerned that you're going to be given all these crazy workouts. It's go at your pace and grow at your pace and progress along the way with help.
That's a good point because when you are going through the onboarding, for example, when you are putting in your information, it does ask you whether you're a beginner, consider yourself a beginner, an intermediate, or advanced. And they do tailor the workouts to your level and they gradually build you up. And I remember talking to them that they use a non-linear progression model in the algorithm where it doesn't go straight up in your progression. It brings you back a little, kind of like the stock market as it begins to climb up, but it has the fluctuations because they want to make it well rounded. In other words, they'll give you some heavy stuff where it's only 5 reps. They'll give you the intermediate stuff, 8 to 12 reps, and then sometimes they'll give you the high reps. And so it's good for our overall workout. Now, you are a woman who I know works out in the gym, but you have
Mhm.
two gyms you work out in sometimes or used to. And I know you also work out at home, and that's one of the features you like. Talk to us about that while I get it on the screen.
Sure. One of the things I love about Fitbod is two. two things related. One, you can tell it what equipment is available to you. But if you're somebody that has more than one gym membership, or maybe sometimes you work out at home, you can create separate gym profiles and say, at this gym, I have this equipment, and at this gym, I have this equipment. So if you're working out at home and you only have dumbbells and a kettlebell, it's not going to tell you to use a cable machine if
Yes.
that is something you would use at the gym. So I love that separation, and it still keeps track of your muscle recovery too along the way.
hmm And that's what's turned me off from some of the other apps. And I'm not going to name them because it's not a bashing episode. But some of the other apps I can tailor my workout, right? Ask it to do push or pull, but then it wouldn't take into account the equipment I had. And so I was
Mhm.
constantly having to substitute things because I didn't have that equipment. I work out from home. So let's walk this through. I haven't joined the gym yet. And so I still work out at home. Lately, I've been using on demand workouts, but I had Gio's gym, which was my home gym, which I'll put a picture
Mhm.
of as well. So let's walk through making another profile. So you see here, it has the available equipment, but we're going to press new. And then say create new gym profile. And I'll name it. Give me a name of, actually, since I need to join the
Let's do
gym, I'm
crunch.
going to put Crunch.
And if you find up putting equipment on there they don't have from experience, you can change that very easily.
Mhm. And so here you can go through the thing. And actually, I want to show a little bit my age because the screen is small. There we go. See, full gym equipment. I could say that I only want body only workout, but I'm going to leave that off because if I'm going to the gym, I'm going to hit some metal. I could do body work
Mhm.
at home. And then my fitness goals are hypertrophy. I'm advanced. I've been working out now for a long time. Timed intervals, I put them off. Circuit and supersets on. Warm up sets on. Cardio recommendations off because even though I'm going to start doing burpees, my main cardio is spin bike. Warm up and cool downs, I'll leave that off. My workout duration for about an hour. And my training split, I'm going to put push, pull, lower split, and then press save. And as you see, if I want to switch profiles, that's Gio's gym. But let's switch profiles and press here and press switch profiles. And I'll pick Crunch and away we go. And so
Yep.
that's the beauty of having different profiles. How do you mainly use it? How do you divide your gym time and with your workout at home?
It's very rare now that I work out from home, so majority of the time it's set to my regular gym. But I still have my home gym. I have worked
Mm,
out at home like a month ago, and I have it separated so that I can still get a heck of a workout in no matter where I'm at.
yes, and that's the beauty. And one way that a lot of the users on the Fitbod community use this feature is that many of them travel a lot. And so they
Mhm.
have different hotels that are programmed as gym profile because even though they travel a lot, they go basically to the same cities, stay in the same hotels. And so they don't have to worry about, oh, am I going to get a workout tailored to myself? They know that if they just switch the profiles at whatever hotel they are, they can get
Mhm.
the workout they need. Anything else about this feature that sold? Well, why did it sell you? Like,
Because at the time I first joined Fitbod, I still had a little toddler at home. My husband's
mhm,
schedule at work changed frequently. So sometimes it was I had to choose where I was working out based off of what was going on at home. So it wasn't always consistently one place or the other. So to be able to make that switch was awesome. Another thing too is I was very scared to go in the free weight section at the gym. But when
mhm,
I got my adjustable dumbbells, like it allowed me to use that equipment in my own
yes.
safe space and
Mhm.
still have it turned off at one gym until I got comfortable and get the practice at home to get more confident with free weights.
So at that time, you did have those three profiles, right? Because what was
Mhm.
one of them was your CrossFit gym. The other one was what? Just a regular gym?
One was actually not CrossFit because I normally just leave my gym profile because I usually add what we did after the fact,
Okay.
and the
Hmm.
equipment at both are the same. I would have one if I traveled. The
Okay.
last time I went on vacation, I brought my TRX straps with me and
Hmm.
some bands, and I was able to still work out because at the time quarantine was going on and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
the hotel gym was closed, but I was determined I was still gonna make it work, and Fitbod made it easier for me to keep going.
Awesome. Awesome. So there's a third feature you wanted to talk about, and that is the plate calculator. Explain to people why none of us want to be doing math at the gym.
Oh, man. If you're not familiar, when you are lifting a barbell, it's not just the weight on the plates, it's the weight of the bar that gets calculated in the total amount of weight that you're lifting. Most standard barbells are 45 pounds, which is what I
Hmm.
use at gym one.
Hmm.
If I'm at CrossFit, I use a short bar, which is 35 pounds. So that's
Mm.
another reason for Jody not to want to do math, especially at that hour. Because then I got to be like, wait, which barbell am I using
I
today?
know.
And it makes my life a bit easier. Plus, there's other barbell options in there. There's a trap bar. I believe an easy bar is an option
Hmm.
in there.
Hmm. Yeah. So let me
And a
show
lot
the
of
people.
people,
Go ahead.
yes, because a lot of people, when we've seen posts on the Fitbod community, and some people have been like, just use the plate calculator. And somebody be like, wait, there's a plate calculator? And you're like, it might not
Yes.
be obvious, but it's there. It's a hidden gem.
Yes. So let me show the people how it's done. So let's say you are lifting, let's put 200 on the dot. And so you slide it over here and it says plate calculator. And then it tells you, hold on, let's put, yeah, it's a regular bar. Why because I only put 20 pounds. Oh no, I'm at the wrong one. That's why. Plate calculator. And now it tells you what you need. Now, a lot of
Mhm.
people don't have the pesky 35 pounds, but if you did have the 35 pounds, you can just unclick that. And if you had weight that required 35 pounds, it would. Now, here's what's interesting. As Jody was said, this is set for an Olympic bar of 45 pounds. But let's say if you had a yoke, you wanted to do it with a Swiss bar, which is only 30 pounds. There you go. It adjusts for
Mhm.
you. And so now you know that you have to put, it says 145, but that's 145 per side, 135-pound per side, and 1.5. And so now that's what you need with a 30-pound bar to get to 200 pounds. But obviously, Jody said most of the times she is using a regular bar of 45 pounds, and there you have it. Anything else
Mhm.
about this feature you'd like to highlight?
No, that's it. If it wasn't for this feature, I would probably say, "Hey, coach, can you do math for me?" Because the
one
mathin's
other
not mathin'.
one other thing I wanted to highlight here in the play calculator is if you have a custom bar. If your bar is some crazy number, like I found out that my trap bar is 60 pounds, right? It's a Rep
Mhm.
Fitness trap bar, 60 pounds. That's just the bar. When you add the hand, for a long time, I was doing like, let's say 300 pounds, not realizing that the handles themselves add another 15 pounds. So in
Oh,
total,
wow.
the bar is 75 pounds. So every time I was doing 300 pounds, I was actually doing 315. And so
I
here
did
you have,
not know.
yes, on the trap bar. And so if you have a custom bar, you can put it there. And so those are three features in the app that sold Jody. Let's review them. They were the gym profiles, the custom that you can add your custom workout now, and obviously the play calculator. Because who wants to be doing math when you're at the end of a CrossFit workout?
Exactly.
As we wrap this episode up, Anything else you want to talk about the company Fitbod, not the app? We'll do another episode on the app, but anything that you want to say to the community or to the listeners about the Fitbod app?
The community at Fitbod and the employees there, they really care, and they may not realize that Fitbod, the company, or maybe they do because I've said it to them a million times, but they really helped change my life. And it's important that fitness is accessible to all, no matter where you start, that you can get there. Even if you don't feel comfortable, maybe you're scared to go in the gym like I was. Maybe you're scared to use a personal trainer. This is the solution, that you can have something holding your hand and guiding you along the way. And the community itself is absolutely wonderful. It's a crazy, insane, huge group, over 22,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
but most of the ones that are active in the group are the most supportive bunch of people you'll ever get to meet interactively.
When I started and you were there before me, there were about 7,000 or 8,000 people. When you joined the group, how many were they? Because you started
I
before
have
me. You don't
no
remember? Yeah,
no.
there was only like 8,000 when I got there. Now we're over 22,000. So that's
When
a
did you
little
start using?
I think it was May. I tried it out in May, but I didn't purchase it till November of 2020.
Okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
August 2018, so I definitely don't remember
Yeah.
how many people.
But look, we're both huge fans and we're going to highlight the app more often.
Mhm,
But this was a great showing of some of the features. And look, don't be scared of the price, because when you look at it this way, your long term health is worth it. And it's definitely
mhm.
cheaper than a month gym membership. So until next time on the Mindful Muscle podcast, get your Fitbot on. And before we leave, though, we'll put in the show notes a 14-day free pass so you can use and test the app for yourself. Jodi, I'll give you the final word.
We love Fitbod.
And on that note, see you next time.